This is just like it is no way I could fight these entertainers for money they stole from me. First off, for number one, I don't know if it was my money or not. All I know is I signed it over to Carol. For two, the money was stolen ever since I was 14. Yeah. So I don't know who stole my money, but you cannot fight these entertainers as me. You cannot make me blind, dumb, deaf, and paralyzed and try to fight these entertainers as me. She needs to tell y'all the truth, whoever she is. Whoever it is must have liked these people. So if you steal my money and then they steal it from you, what that got to do with me? My only issue is with the bitch that stole it from me. It's not with the entertainers. I never met these entertainers in my life. You know what I'm saying? I never met them. Never went backstage in my life at a concert. I never went backstage in my life at a concert. Ever. 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 And I never went to their concert. The only time I was like in the front row was when they was at the Sovereign Bank Arena when Rick Ross and K. Michelle was there on Valentine's Day. But I didn't go backstage. I never met these people. They know for a fact to stay away from me. And I'm sure when the person who stole my money gave it to them, they got it recorded. I'm sure they got it recorded. I'm sure they got it recorded. So it's like I'm not even in the picture. So how can you fight for this money as me? How can you fight for this money as me? Now they trying to put me with him. But just say you take my vessel over and bring me to him. Because see, when I went in UK, they like, oh, Jay-Z's here. I doubt it. I didn't see him. I didn't see no big cars, no big limos, no bodyguards. I ain't see none of that shit. Don't lie. Stop lying. They keep trying to place me with Jay-Z so they can say I gave him my money. No, I never met him. I never met him. I never met that man. We were never in the same area. They even made a song not to be at the same location as me. She need to tell her servants the truth. Whether her servants are these Africans, whether her servants are the police, she need to tell the truth. Because I'm sure they got it recorded. That's why the entertainer said, bitch, Frankie can't fight for this money. Nobody could fight for it. In order to make a case, whoever gave them the money has to incriminate their self. And I'm not swapping vessels with the bitch who gave them the money. Because the money still won't come back to me. Because just say, for instance, a female stole it from me. And then they stole it from her. Or she gave it to them. If you become me and you put me in your vessel and you in my vessel, you still can't fight for it. The only person that you could get your money back from would be the person who gave it to them. So just say, for instance, Carol gave them the money. Just say, for instance, Carol gave them the money. You know? And they put me in Carol's vessel and Carol in my vessel. The only thing they'll be able to do in my vessel is charge Carol. And if she don't have no money left, there's no money to get back. You can't charge a person that stole it from Carol. You can't steal my money, then somebody take it from you or play you, and then you charge them. The only person that could get charged is the one person who took my money. It's only one person that took the money. and that's the only person who could get charged. And if that person don't have no money, then they just go to jail. I'm not gonna go in Carol's vessel and go to jail, because whoever's in my vessel still won't get any money. And the only reason she want to be in my vessel is because the only reason she act like she want to be in my vessel to fight as me, but she really want to be in my vessel because these people took my money. Somebody took my money and gave it to these entertainers. So the entertainers feel bad for me that it was stolen in the first place. They feel bad that my money was stolen. So the only reason she want to be me is so they could give her sympathy money, which is some of my money back. If it was ever my money. See, the whole thing is probably a lie. Where she got the money from. She says she got it from me. That's probably a lie. That money probably came from somewhere else. So, it's just all probably a lie. Where she got the money from is a lie. And her saying she didn't give it to them is a lie. She just wants to be me. She's playing all her servants. She only wants to be me because they feel bad. They had a good life with whatever money. If it's a lie, it's probably all a lie. You get what I'm saying? Lying, saying you got the money from me, that's a lie. So she probably lied to the entertainers and told them it was my money. Once they find out that money never came from me, this Frankie Williams, not the 10 other Frankie Williams that's out there, but if that money came from me, then they probably will give me some of my money back. And that's what she's hoping for, to get in my vessel and get some of the money back. And not give none of her servants nothing. Because she lied to you and led you astray. You get what I'm saying? So where she got the money from probably never came from me. So if these entertainers find out that the money never came from me, then they're not going to give me nothing. So her being me is for nothing, unless she wants to be me to avoid jail time. But it's like, why would you be in my vessel and me be in your vessel? Just so you could send me to jail? It's like they want to swap vessels with me, just so. It's like whoever gave them my money wants to swap vessels with me, just so they could go to jail, just so I could go to jail as them. But it's like, if you gave them the money, why didn't you just end the situation right there? I gave them the money. I kept some of the money from, like, she could say she kept some of the money for herself and she gave them some money. You get what I'm saying? That's all she got to say. And the situation is over. So the situation should have been over 27 years ago. The fact that they bringing it up now, it just don't make sense. Not to me. It just don't make sense to me why they would even bring it up 27 years later. It really don't make sense to me why they would bring it up 27 years later. 27 bringing it up. Just say she jumps in my vessel and I go in her vessel. Right. It's something else to it. It's a fucked up intention. Because if that wasn't my money that got stolen in the first place, then why do you want to be me? And why would they give you sympathy money? It just don't make sense. Why would they give you sympathy money if it was never my money in the first place? It just don't make sense. Why would they give you sympathy money if it was never my money? And if it was my money, now you want to be me so you could get sympathy money. Or you trying to be me to see if it's more money. The bitch probably just want to be me to see if it's more money. Just to see. She probably trying to be me just to see if it's more money. Or the people she gave the money to, Jay-Z and them, or these, and I don't even know if she gave him the money. All I know is what's being told to me. The people she gave the money to probably want her to be me so they could see if it's more money. It's no more money. They told this bitch when I was a child, Frankie's not due any money. When I signed that money over to Carol, we went to the bank. The money was already in her account. I didn't have to show ID or nothing because she never got that money from my name. My name is Frankie Williams. She never got that money from me. And they told her, you have to incriminate yourself in order to get this money. And even if you incriminate yourself, Frankie still won't get the money. Because we didn't steal the money from Frankie. We stole it from you. So either her and them are in cahoots, just trying to get help from the police to be me, when the police supposed to be protecting me. That's why she said I turned your protection against you. The police are supposed to be your protection, but they're not. They're trying to help her be me, thinking it's more money, and it's no more money. She just wants to be me and send me to jail as Carol. You know, I don't even know who, because see, before I signed the money over, Carol already has some of the money. So I don't actually know who stole it, because it was stolen when I was 14 in 1995. That's when the money got stolen. But they covered it up by having me sign it over to Carol. She got to tell her servants the truth. Because the police was supposed to be on my side, but it seemed like the police on hers. And then they got everybody thinking like I'm hot commodity, like it's more money left, and it's not. They just want to frame everybody for trying to steal some money. It's called a conspiracy, and that's what you would get charged with. You conspired to steal some money, even though it was none there. So once the police and the government and these white people conspire to steal some money that ain't even there, now you can't even fight them for the money that they stole. You can't fight them regardless. So I just don't understand why she want to beat me. If ain't no more money left, just say the money was, and then she gonna die. So just say she takes me over. She'll never get close to these entertainers. They not stupid. So just say you take me over and you do get close to the entertainers. That means y'all was in cahoots the whole time. At this point, they probably just trying not to go to jail for having my kids. But just say the kids you gave them, not even my kids. Then what do you want to be me for? Do you feel guilty? Do you feel shame? Do you have certain feelings? Are you going broke in your vessel? And you want me to be in your vessel and go broke? Like a bitch would rather be in my vessel and be broke than be in their own vessel and be broke, because I guess it's just better that way. That way you won't know it's them and me. It just don't make sense why they want to beat me. It don't make sense at all why she wants to be me. It don't make sense at all. Because I knew since a child that wasn't my money. I knew since a child that I wasn't due any money. It was a Caribbean man that said, Frankie's not due any money. What are you jealous of her for? But they got the whole city of Trenton thinking they stole my money. They didn't steal my money. That's not my money. So can you please stop trying to be me? Just because you don't want to die broke. I'm broke right now. When I die, I'm gonna die broke. Y- So no matter what vessel you in, you gonna die broke. Unless you trying to be me and take me to them. But they not stupid. If they did have my kids, I'm sure they're dead. So what do you want to be me for? Because the kids they probably have ain't even my kids. My kids right here in Trenton. My kids right here in Trenton. Or do you want to give my kids? I think since they couldn't see, she gave them the money, and they said that, from what I heard, people said that she didn't like her cut of the money. She stole it from me, and they didn't. She didn't like her cut of the money. When they thought she was stupid, all you had to do was share it with Frankie. You, but it probably wasn't my money. But still, in all, they said she didn't like her cut of the money. That's what I heard. People said she didn't like her cut of the money. So in my eyes, it's like she trying to take me to them and give them my kids so she could charge them for that. But they don't even have my kids. So you have to force a baby out of me and give that baby to them and then get them locked up. And more than likely, they'll have everything recorded. These people record when they sleep with females so they can't get charged with rape. So I think what's inside of me is in cahoots with them, but it don't make sense to be in cahoots with them. Why? What would they want me for if they don't even have my kids? Like, I have no connection to these people. They don't have my kids, and that might not be my money. And even if they do have my money, somebody gave it to them because I didn't. I never met them. Even if they do have my kids, somebody gave my kids to them. I didn't. No, I don't sell kids. I don't sell my kids. So even if they had my real kids, like, even if they had my real kids, more than likely they have her recorded giving them the kids. So either way, it's only one person that gets incriminated. And it's only one person that gets charged. That's why they told law enforcement that they're going to hit a brick wall. But for some reason, she don't want to tell them the truth. I don't want to die, and that's the only reason why I'm telling the truth. But it's just fucked up that the police supposed to be on my side and they on hers. Police even used to walk around Trenton laughing at me like I'm broke while niggas got all my money. Somebody took my money. You know what I'm saying? And they are the ones that gave it to these people. They made sure, like, and according to these rap songs, that shit just fell in their lap. Like, she just gave it to them. They ain't even like, no, she stole it. But she got to tell the truth to her servants. She got to tell the truth on where she got the money from and who she gave it to. She gonna have to tell the truth on where she got the kids from and who she gave the kids to. Like, and I don't even know who she is. More than likely, whoever stole it when I was 14 ain't Carol. They probably framed Carol too. But all I know is I signed that shit when I was 18 to Carol. They fucked my life up. I was in the army. I don't remember if I signed it before I went to the army or if I signed it after I left the army. But they made me leave the army probably just to sign that paperwork. It fucked my whole life up. I could have had an army life. So I'm not here to fuck no case up, but you can't have this bitch take me over. That's why she wants to take me over somewhere else. Because if she takes me over in Trenton, the police are gonna have her surrounded. That's why they killing the police. Because when she take me over in Trenton, the police gonna have her surrounded. Like, all right, let's make the case now. She not trying to make a case. She's just trying to be me to get sympathy money. But them niggas not giving you sympathy money because they not giving me sympathy money because they probably already investigated and looked into it and it was never my money. So how can you get sympathy money if it was never my money? The only way she could get sympathy money is by putting Carol and me and Carol. And then telling my story about how I was so mistreated, so fucked over, so disrespected. And maybe somebody will feel sorry and give her some money. But it won't be the type of money that she expecting. They're not going to give you millions. And then somebody also told me that it was like a pot of money sitting there for me. I guess sitting there for me, right? But then they realized it wasn't my money. See, the people that wanted me to be quiet didn't want me to say nothing because they want to keep lying like it was my money and they made something out of my money and then they put some money in a pot for me and somebody trying to be me to collect that pot of money. Right? But that's only if it was my money. If it ain't my money, that pot of money ain't for me. So they wanted me to be quiet so they could get that pot of money. But they really playing everybody. The people who have the money are setting everybody up right now. They setting the police. The police done conspired to transfer me out my vessel. They done conspired to steal my money. They done conspired to have me claim some money that ain't mine. They conspired for all this shit. I'm not due any money. I cannot go get any money with my DNA, and I cannot get any money with my ID. See? That money is attached to a different DNA and a different name. You should have did what was right and should have never stolen. You know? Then when I got locked up, when I was 18, the name Frankie Williams stuck with me. So even if Frankie Williams is not my real name and my real name is something else, that's a whole nother case. That's a whole nother case. Like, why does why when why when I was a child, why did you give her the wrong identity on purpose? So you could steal her money. You, you get what I'm saying? And then nobody really could fight for me because none of them people are my family. None of them people are my friends. So they can't even fight for me. But you got an African bitch want to beat me for a title. You have to make sure that title belongs to me. They done stole my DNA, so they probably know that it's a title involved, whatever title it may be. But I think that title has a death certificate. It, so if the title has a death certificate, you don't have that title anymore. You know what I'm saying? And if that title has a death certificate, that's a whole scam. It- But I believe that money was stolen in the 80s. I believe they got a death certificate for whatever name it was that the money was in. And they got a death certificate, but they couldn't get the money because they had to wait till that person turned 18 and got the money. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but it's like they're trying to frame these famous people just so they could target them and get the money back. But these famous people might not even have that money. That money probably was stolen ever since I was 6 years old. You, they probably had a fake death certificate and my real name and collected the money. You get what I'm saying? It just don't make sense to me. So just say I have a death certificate, but I'm still alive. Then who faked her death? All these people got to go to jail, and you still don't get the money back. All these people will have to go to jail for helping somebody fake somebody's death, and you still don't get the money back. So basically, they just doing all this for a title, and the title does not go to me. See, I believe that money that they took belonged to a little boy. I don't believe my DNA matches it at all. My DNA, on my LabCorp portal, I did a chromosome test. You could tell I'm a female. That's the proof right there. Yeah. If that money was a little boy's money, now the question is, where is the little boy? Oh, he's dead, ain't he? He died in the 80s. You were supposed to get a boy to replace him, but instead you got me, a girl, to replace him. You got a girl to replace him, which is me, and got people in my city thinking I'm a transgender. Then got transgenders acting like me, talking about your family like us more than you. That's not my family. That's the little boy's family. That's not my money. I'm not a transgender. I'm not a little boy. They trying to cover up my C-section scars. For you to try to cover up my C-section scars, obviously you trying to make it seem like either I don't have no kids or I'm a man. So if that's a boy's money that you stole, and then they stole the boy's money from you, I have nothing to do with the situation. Like, the situation is over. Carol don't even have to go to jail. She don't even have to go to jail. The situation's over. Just stop trying to fight for it. The little boy dead. Y'all got money off of it. You split the money with a group of people, and that's that. So if the little boy is dead, why are you trying to hold on to me? It don't make sense to be me. It just don't make sense to me to be me. What do I have to do with that situation if that was the little boy's money? What you should have did when the little boy died, because I guess when the little boy died, he died on somebody's watch, and they didn't want it to be their fault. So a week after they put me in the situation when I was 4 years old, they was trying to kill me. So when I died, they could act like they could probably put the little boy in my place and say, oh, the little boy died going to school. They just didn't want the little boy's death to be their fault. But the common sense thing to do was say the little boy's death was your fault, get a death certificate, then all the money would have went to you. In 85. I'm not a transgender. That's not my money. I'm not a boy. That's not my money. A DNA test could prove that. Cause with me having the identity of Frankie Williams and my fingerprints matching Frankie Williams, it just don't make sense that you even included me. You know, it really don't make sense that you trying to include me. You can't get nothing from me. Not even a court case. You can't get nothing from me, not even a court case. And why would you bring up the boy? If the boy died in the 80s, why 40 years later are you bringing this shit up? That's somebody trying to drag a situation out that nobody could get locked up for because everybody probably involved probably died already of old age because the situation is that fucking old. I don't like how they turned the police and the sheriff against me. But it is what it is. But it don't make sense that they included me. Because after this bitch take me over and I don't know if I'm gonna be in a ghost mode or in another vessel. What is being in my vessel going to do for you? See, these people, they do anything for dick, for a man. So more than likely, she just want to be me to fuck a nigga. But I'm sure they told everybody not to fuck with her. So the only people, if she take my vessel over, the only people she'll be able to fuck with are losers. Or you'll have to pimp my vessel out just to get some money. They're gonna kill you when you take me over. She thinking when she take me over, the police gonna protect her. Because the police gonna think she's me. I never was due any money. I never met a rapper. I never met an entertainer. I never met a rich nigga. The only people famous that I ever met was the AND1 basketball team when they came to Trenton back in the early 2000s. So all she really want to take me over for is just for probably a nigga that want to fuck me. Like she want to fuck that nigga as me, because that's what she told me. She said when you get with this man, he gonna think he fucking you, but he really gonna be fucking me. Right? So you about to kill me over some dick? And the man is playing her. Because once she becomes me, he's not gonna want her. The whole thing is, alright, because they're trying to because some of these bitches be trying to drag the situation out like it's a soap opera, just an ongoing soap opera. So once you take me over and I die, now you can't fight for nothing. Now the situation is over. They don't have to deal with you. You're going to have to live your life without that situation. They're playing her. Once you take me over, that's all. Like, they know she do anything for dick. So it's like, take Frankie over and then I'll fuck with you and take care of you. Once she take me over, they gonna walk away. Now the situation is completely over. The soap opera is done. And that's that. For everybody who was supposed to be on my side that crossed me, fuck them. I'm not due any money. You know what I mean? Or the man probably just wants to take a picture with her. And when she takes me over, he might see the man probably wants the title as royalty or whatever. Right? But I'm not even the little boy. If you was with the little boy, if that boy was a man right now, and y'all got together and got married, like a gay marriage, then you will have the title of royalty. But the little boy is dead. He been dead. Unless he's not dead. And somebody has that little boy somewhere. And they gonna get that title regardless because they with him. But your DNA have to match. You can't just fake having a title. You have to really have that title. Like your DNA has to match. My DNA don't match that. I'm not royalty. I'm not royalty. I'm not royalty. I am not royalty. So he can't get a royal title with me. You could just